Hey, this is Chris again, and I wanted to add something to the charcoal talks, and that is that, there's a lot of different ways to make a mark with charcoal. And that's why you would use a pencil or a fine vine or a fine willow or a thick willow. And you can see how when you look at the artists of the past in the 19th century, like Sargent, he could smear the charcoal and then he could draw over it. So this is smearing charcoal and then drawing over it. And the line doesn't stick out much. But if I just make a line over the charcoal like this, then it stands out quite a bit all by itself. So when you put a gray behind it and go over it, it's not going to stand out as much. The contrast isn't as great. So there's a lot of different ways that artists use to make a charcoal. And it's my goal for you is to start to look at art differently. Look at, they know how to make a mark this way. They know how to blend. They know how to do it lighter. They make it fast and they slow. They use the eraser. Start asking yourself, why do artists make marks differently? And how does that psychologically affect the message? So if I get this out of the way, and I don't know if this is a wise idea, but I'm going to do it anyhow. Never stopped me before. So this is a copy from college a long time ago. My wife would kill me if she knew I was about to do this. Just don't tell her. This is a copy of a Käthe Kollwitz, and she was a German expressionist. Her child died in World War I. And her drawing of mother holding child as if she was there when the child died in the battlegrounds, on the battlefields. And she's holding this child and grieving. And it, was so powerful because she wasn't there, but it's almost as if she relives it in her mind like she was there. And she makes marks in such a powerful way. And she said this, she said art for her was a social obligation to connect with others who have lost someone, to show them what to do. And when I was looking at this drawing, and I did it in college, I was just copying the image, I just needed a copy. We had to do X amount a month or every year or semester. And I've done thousands of these. And all I was really after back then was the likeness. But what I missed, and now that I see things in my 60s, is so much more than just copying something. It's about the way a mark is made. And with this Käthe Kollwitz, and I'll do it this way, I'll try to hold it up and do it. Imagine you have a highly trained artist doing a drawing, okay? And then as she's doing it, she's saying it's an obligation to share and connect with the world all that you feel. And it was like a battle every day to get up. So here you have this beautiful rendition, classically trained artist, and you have this line going across, and here it is, and it's kind of working its way through the drawing. And then all of a sudden, from the charcoal in her hand, are these grieving marks. And all of a sudden, there's this grieving that's just going to blend into her and start to fade into the background. So, and then you might hide it and you play with it. And it's the mark making that you make that tells the world how you're feeling. And that's what makes it so powerful. And I missed that in college. I was just after copying the picture and I didn't realize she was speaking to us, telling us, what's going on and how. And I would have to somehow hide and harmonize this and just kind of introduce stuff to it and balance it and all done. It's hard to do upside down and backwards, but you understand it. So charcoal is different than graphite. Graphite is soft and delicate. Charcoal is powerful and strong, and it has an emotion to it. But when you add the way you make a mark, the texture and the stroke, it changes everything. And I wanted to add that to why I use charcoal, how I use charcoal, and all those other things.